We are live, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight for another. Let me fix that camera. For another edition of the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode on the channel. This is going to be another fun one, hopefully. We are at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 400, race 2 of 36 on the Cup Series side of the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. Coming in off a historic day yesterday in the Daytona 500 where we got the win in our first career NASCAR Cup Series start. Awesome. I still cannot believe how we pulled that off last night, but we did. Caution came out on the last lap in turns 1 and 2, and I was trying to block Austin Dillon and Timmy Hill for the win. There was a run on the outside where Dillon was at the time. He was getting a push from Ryan Preece. So I don't know if I would have held on back to the checker, but we didn't have to race back to the checker, luckily, for our sake, and we were able to get the win. Here tonight, we'll see how we will do on our first intermediate racetrack of the year. Maybe our first real race, first real test to see how fast this race car is. That huge amount of money we got for winning the Daytona 500, the biggest purse of the season. Well over $1 million got influctuated into our bank account, and we end for the career mode, of course, not my personal bank account. But anyway, the first gosh, I messed myself up. I went off script there for a second, but anyway, fact of the matter is 85 on the engine, 80 on the aero, 80 on the suspension coming into this one here today. And no practice or qualifying for the second straight race. So we'll see if the setup we've got for the start of the race is going to pan out for us. 10 people already watching. Thanks for everybody tuning in here today. Michael Turner, Billy Kramer, DB Forever 85, Jackson Thomas, Kyle Larson fan, Brooklyn Rye, Dark Crypto. Welcome to the stream, everybody. So Joey Gase will be the only driver starting at the rear in tonight's race. So Schneider trying to go from the back to the front once again, but this time on 1.5 miles and a shorter race as well, 400 miles versus the 500, of course, that we had in the Daytona 500 last night.
You're coming to the green. Be ready.
Here we go, green flag in the air, we're underway. Denny Hamlin leads the field to the green after qualifying on the pole for the first time in the young season.
Careful, still there.
80 laps in stage 1, 80 laps in stage 2. Third and final stage of the night will be 107.
Careful, still there.
3x3 up inside the top 10 at the front of the field as Kevin Harvick is going to lead lap 1, getting around race leader Denny Hamlin. Schneider starting to fade pretty quickly towards the back. Of course, didn't qualify or practice, so he already started towards the rear of the field. Oh, almost in contact at the rear of the pack between Brendan Gaughan and Joey Gase. Off of turn number 2. Yep, exactly, Michael. My goodness, Joey Gase just about slid into Brendan Gaughan again. Really saw that 51 car get a little loose both times. Schneider's going to try to push a little harder through 3 and 4 now. He wasn't going full throttle. Now he is. Without practice or qualifying, he was kind of taking it a little easy there those first couple laps. But even going full throttle in 3 and 4 is not going to do much. It seems like he's got to lift in 1 and 2 a little bit to kind of set the race car down to the bottom of the racetrack. He doesn't really have the speed to run the outside. It's going to be a long season. We'll see if we can get the most out of the equipment. Obviously, we still got to finish top 30 in points for that win to account us for the playoffs. I'd like to think that we're going to be able to do that. And again, these races are longer. We'll try to play the strategy game as best as we can. No tire limit like we have in the truck in the Xfinity Series, so Literally, nearly every caution we're probably going to be pitting. The only times we're not is if we ever have to take the wave around or something of that nature. First race with the 550 package, of course. A lot higher downforce of these cars versus what we would see in the Xfinity Series. Schneider never really had a lot of luck at Las Vegas in his Xfinity Series career, but maybe he'll have a little bit of better luck on the Cup side. He had 1 top 10 in 4 races. That was a 7th place finish in his last outing here, so maybe looking for that first top 5 today, you never know. Speed-wise, not really showing much of that right now. It's about where you're at the finish, not where you're at on lap number 6. 7 now, as Denny Hamlin fought his way back to the lead a couple laps ago, despite Harvick leading the first lap and not starting on the pole. Looks like everybody just outside the top 30 slowly kind of fading backwards, those backmarker cars versus where the front to middle of the pack guys are at. That last lap for Schneider was a 32.749. Just in retrospect, my fastest lap ever in the Cup Series at Vegas is a 30.722. So, yeah, we're about 2 seconds off the pace exactly. We want to contend for a win on speed. And that's even with 85 on the engine power, 80 and 80. It's a good thing we were saving as much money as we could in the Xfinity Series. It helped us win a Daytona 500. Kyle Busch going to take his first lead of the race now. Schneider barely squeezes underneath Chad Pincham in the 49. Jacob Comstock, welcome to the stream. We side drafted Pincham. Goes full throttle from 3 and 4. He's going to make the pass for position. Right back to where he started in 39. Pincham's way off the pace. Schneider should get faster on the longer run, especially with this being a track that has pretty decent tire wear. These are probably going to be Schneider's best race tracks while he's in this underfunded equipment. We're just slow, Jacob. This is the career mode. We got to start from the bottom. I mean, it's just the fact, just like we did in the truck in the Xfinity Series. And everything's more expensive, so it's going to take a little longer to build this team up, likely, versus what it did in the Xfinity and the Truck Series. Truck Series, we still won a championship for our first season. Xfinity, it took us 2 seasons. I'm hoping we can win it this year. And winning that Daytona 500, again, that influx of over $1.8 million last night was huge. We're not going to have a big payout like that the rest of the year, but it's still going to be important to finish as high as we can every single race and try to get as much money as possible. Now we're just trying to save up for that 3rd chassis before upgrading the departments right now, because we really want to get a short track chassis as quick as possible. Ideally before we get to Phoenix. If possible, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that or not, though. We're only going to have 2 races. 1 more after this one. Carson Boy, welcome to the stream. Ashton G, welcome to the stream as well. The Coke 600 vlog is up on the channel, and I'm not sure what happened during like the editing of it. I'll have to, I'm gonna have to go back and maybe try to like re-upload it after the stream is done, because it looks kind of grainy for some reason, and it didn't look like that on my laptop after editing it, nor the quality of taking the video, and I don't know what YouTube did with it that it made it look like that. Let me know down in the chat if it looks grainy on your guys' end too. That's a high quality camera, and it's got a lot better picture than what YouTube is showing, but it could have just been my Wi-Fi, I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing either. I just kind of glanced at it after it got uploaded to YouTube. Obviously, I watched it to make sure all the edits were fine.
Clear outside.
Post editing, or post uploading, I should say. I didn't get a chance to check the full thing out. So if it's taken down on the channel after the stream, expect it to be back up within a few minutes. Schneider's finally starting to make his way through the field as much as he can, just past Timmy Hill and Ross Chastain at the back. And Kyle Busch out in front at his home racetrack, born in Las Vegas, Nevada, as well as his older brother, Kurt. We saw Kurt Busch win here at Las Vegas in the playoff, playoff race back in 2020.
Still there? Car outside, hold your line. Clear high, bud. Still there inside.
His car better kick in because Kyle Busch in an 80-lap stage is definitely going to get to Schneider at some point. You'd have to expect. He's got to make these passes for position as quick as he can as well. Nearly 3 wide up in front. Aggressive racing there as Brendan Gaughan shuts the door on Joey Gase on the block. He was already underneath of Quinn Houff. Now he side drafts the heck out of him. Gase tries to get to that left rear corner panel of the 62 of Gaughan once again. Still can't quite make it 3 wide. Now Gaughan's clear on the outside of Quinn Houff. They're racing erratically towards the back of the pack. And now Houff goes to the middle lane. Gaughan up near the top a little more. Gase to the bottom. He gets around Quinn Houff. Schneider's the guy with the huge run behind all these guys. He'll get by Quinn Houff as well. Also to the inside of Joey Gase for position through 1 and 2. Sends it underneath Brendan Gaughan as well. He's up to 31st all of a sudden. About 25 seconds off the race lead from Kyle Busch. I don't think anybody could have expected Schneider to win the Daytona 500. That upset win could do something to the playoff standings at the very end of the season. You never know how many different winners we're going to get. Remember our first Xfinity Series season. We had 13 different winners in the regular season, 15 total, but only 12 were able to make the playoffs. We have an instance where we get 17 or 18 different winners here, with only 16 making the playoffs. Not impossible. It's a long regular season, 26 races, and only one of them complete. It's just something we're going to have to wait to find out over time, of course. Priest towards the outside, Schneider down to the bottom, couldn't clear him. Priest side drafts him back as Schneider kind of got a little tight off the turn 4 that time, not being able to clear Ryan Priest. Priest with that pole on the top as well. Again goes up high, Schneider down to the bottom. Kind of overdrove the corner a little bit, but he's still going to clear Priest off the exit up turn 2. Trevor Grimes, welcome to the stream. Four seconds behind Corey LaJoie and Justin Haley. How about the night Corey LaJoie had yesterday? He didn't finish inside the top 20, but he won each of the first 2 stages of the race. highly impressive. Both on last lap passes as well. Patrick Chatterley, welcome to the stream. In overtime, tried to come back later. Came through to hit the like button. Yeah, thanks for doing that. Appreciate it. For anybody else who has not hit that like button so far, do so. Also subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. If you're engaged and interested here early, we do NASCAR daily content on the channel with live streams every day with a realistic broadcast, whether it's on the actual races during the weekend or NASCAR video games like you're seeing right now during the week. We also do the NASCAR video game stuff on the weekend as well, but it does coincide with the actual races when I'm not out of town at the racetrack itself for that weekend for NASCAR. Apartment's not upgraded. Not where they could be. Like, we could have upgraded the aero a little bit more to an 85, but I wanted to save a little bit of money right now and really try to get that short track chassis. We got our employees, all 4 of them, trained to where we want them. So I won't have to train those 4 anymore. Just really focusing on trying to get that short track chassis as soon as possible. And even if we don't get it before Phoenix and we struggle at Phoenix, I'm hoping we can get it done before, what would be the next short track after that? I think Bristol. Hopefully we can get it before Bristol. Which I believe would be race 8, so that would give us another 4 races after Phoenix. That we should be able to do for sure. Phoenix is going to be tough. Well, with the leaders in lap traffic, Brad Keselowski is going to take the race lead away now from hometown driver Kyle Busch. LaJoie is trying to battle on Ricky Stenhouse Jr. right now as well. The JTG Doherty car is not running so hot here tonight. We already saw Ryan Preece outside the top 30. He's in 31st, and now Stenhouse about to get passed and drop back to 28, where LaJoie's underneath him. And as they are side by side, it's allowing Justin Haley to pull closer. Haley to the outside. Schneider start in the middle, kind of a late dive into the corner, to then go to the bottom underneath Justin Haley.
Stay low, stay low.
Trying to make the pass on him, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. About to get past and lose another spot, and Haley's right there as well. Schneider sends it into 1 and 2, just squeezes under Corey LaJoie as well, and all of a sudden he's up to 27th, just slowly climbing through this field, as we're still caution-free through the first 30 laps of tonight's race. The Daytona 500 last night had 11 cautions throughout. We're going to be kind of setting the tone for the start of the season. We'll see if it's going to be more of the same here at Vegas or more of a calmer race. It's starting out a little bit more, a lot more calmer, I should say. Those cautions were pretty evenly staggered throughout the race, outside of the caution on lap 5. Well, we saw some green flag racing. There'll be stretches where we get 20 to 30 laps into a run without a caution, but then when we did get cautions, it seemed like we'd have like 2 or 3 in a 15 to 20 lap stretch. Another pass on Daniel Suarez in that Gaunt Brothers Racing 96 car. Another 4 seconds to Cole Custer and Austin Dillon. Custer struggling here early. Schneider now full throttle through 1 and 2 this time. First time he's even really attempted to try and do that. He stuck the corner in the middle lane. Trying to find more and more speed out of it. Keselowski continues to kind of close in. He hasn't closed in as quick, or I should say the leaders in general haven't closed in as quick on the 99 of Schneider since getting into lap traffic. Schneider's doing his job right now. He's staying on the lead lap as long as he possibly can. These guys are within the fuel window to make it to the end of stage 1 as well. So you wonder what the pit strategy might end up turning out to be. Darius Vereen, welcome to the stream. Martin Truex Jr. now to the race lead through turns 1 and 2, taking it away from Brad Keselowski. Calm race as far as there being no cautions in the first 30-plus laps, but here in stage 1, we're about to have 5 different leaders already in this one once Truex gets back to the start-finish line here. He did lead the lap. Keselowski took it away from him going into 1, and they're side by side as they battle out in front of the field. Austin Dillon having a great start for RCR. He's had the speed in real life on the 1.5 miles this season, but not here today. Only win last year came on a 1.5 miles as well at Texas in the summer. Same for Cole Custer. His only win last year also came on a 1.5 miles at Kentucky. How about that? Already up to 10 likes. Really appreciate it, guys. Great job down there in the chat and all the viewers watching. 3-wide battle for position right now between Custer, Austin Dillon, and it looks like maybe Chris Buescher. It's hard to tell exactly who that car is on the outside. And actually, it's Kevin Harvick, who led the first lap of the race. He's outside the top 20 and struggling as well. And we get our first caution of the race at lap 36. So first caution at lap 36. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will get the free pass in 28th. Everybody's going to be hitting pit road this time for 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel, and everybody will be able to make it on fuel to the end of the stage here. Schneider likes the setup in the race car right now. He's not going to make any adjustments. We'll have 5% more tape right now. Oh! I hit X right as we were going back, and it didn't register it. I thought I hit it in time, and I didn't. Well, Schneider's going to lead for the second straight race. Out in front for the first time today at Vegas, but he's on older tires. And he's going to need a caution in the next 24 laps before that fuel tank runs dry. I hit it right as it was closing out. I wasn't going to make adjustments, and then I second-guessed myself, and I was going to throw a little extra tape on the race car. Like Schneider's going to lead a green flag lap as well as they're side by side for second on fresh tires behind him. Martin Truex Jr. Brad Keselowski, contact with Keselowski. He's about to get turned as they're 4 wide into turn 1. He was hooked on the 2 and just couldn't get off of him. They stacked up behind. I think Denny Hamlin got into the back of the 99 as well. He was just trying to get out of the way on these older tires. Ryan Newman charges to the outside for the lead, and that just costed Keselowski a ton. Just past halfway through stage 1 at the start-finish line. Schneider's just going to stay on the outside here. Blaney stuck behind the 99 in that outer groove.
Got one down low now.
Now Almirola's stuck.
You're clear. Inside. Car there on the inside.
So the wedge can tighten or loosen a race car up. If you move the wedge up, it's going to tighten the race car. If you move it down, it's going to loosen it. A little on the loose side later in this run, now that we're on the second half of the tire stint.
Outside. You got room. You're clear.
Right up in front of Austin Dillon, hangs on to 25th for the old tires at Las Vegas, especially 36 lap old tires, isn't really going to do much. This is problematic for Schneider again if we don't get a caution before he ends up having to pit. Ryan Newman out in front. He is the 6th different leader in this race, and we're only in stage 1. Accidental contact now with Clint Halp on the bottom of the racetrack. And Joey Gase. Some of the reason why the car's getting really loose, because it wasn't this loose before the caution, is because Denny Hamlin got into the back of the 99 on that restart. Schneider got hung on the 2 car, Keselowski. And then the tape just adds, I mean, obviously if you throw, you know, anything on the grill, it's gonna raise those oil temperatures. But we've got a little bit of room to raise. It's at 234. As long as we keep it below 260, it won't overheat the engine. It could increase the straightaway speed a little bit. I was just gonna add 5% more.
You got room, you're clear.
Obviously, if the engine runs a little bit hotter, it's also going to get hot inside the race car, but we don't have to worry about getting hot inside the race car because we're not actually inside the race car. In the comfort of my own house right now. Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race, even on these old tires. 32.445 that last time by. Stenhouse gets to his inside for 27th and completes the pass off turn 2. Stenhouse continues to try and get through this lap traffic.
Got one outside now.
Man, you're already up to 7 weeks in that golf league. Jeez. Doesn't feel like it's been that long since you talked about week 1.
Careful, still there.
They say time flies when you're having fun. Hopefully you guys are having fun here tonight. It's been an enjoyable race for me. It could be a lot worse.
Car there on the outside.
I really could have been running like straight at the back the whole time, even on these older tires. Schneider's keeping up with the 30th to 35th place cars right now. Still able to drive it pretty deep into the corner with a lack of straightaway speed in the race car.
Got a car high now.
Well, he slid way up the racetrack off turn 2. Got into the wall that time. Just gotta lift a little extra to 3 and 4 to keep it off the back bumper of John Hunter Nemechek as well. Nemechek trying to get underneath Clint Howell. Not going to happen. Schneider's really hoping for another caution here before the end of the stage. I mean, again, it's got to come before that fuel tank runs dry in about 14 laps. He unintentionally stayed out of the pits. Meant to come to pit road there, and it just didn't register in time when I hit X. And making the adjustment, trying to make the adjustment changes.
Still there.
Just not enough time. That's why I wish it was like the EA Sports games where it give you the option, do you want to pit or do you not want to pit first? And then you click it so it commits you to pit road, and then you work on your adjustments while you're on pit road before you get into your pit box. You don't have that option here. You got to get all your settings in first, and then you have to hit yes and no. Which obviously, if you're making the adjustments, you're obviously going to pit, or intend to pit. Man, Schneider just shot Halp to the inside of John Hunter Nemechek. Good position again.
Stay low, stay low.
Schneider up the middle now between Nemechek and Health. He's going to clear John Hunter off turn 4.
Stay high up here.
As far as the money goes, you're correct there, Michael. Stage points do matter because if we can finish in the top 10 in points at the end of the regular season miraculously, every one of those points is going to help us get more playoff points. So we are still racing for stage points as much as we can. We had a good points day overall at Daytona. Yeah, we won the Daytona 500, but the first 2 stages we finished 4th and 3rd as well. Top 10 most of the day. Tonight, on the other hand, not so much. So Schneider has led 3 laps, 1 under green, but that was because of staying out of the pits during that caution. There's no fuel, or I should say, obviously there's no fuel limit, but there's no tire limit like there is in the Xfinity and the Truck Series. So that was accidental for me to stay out there. I didn't want that to happen.
Stay on the bottom here.
Schneider down to the apron through the tri-oval, trying to get underneath Bobby Carter in the 73, and he does get underneath him and passes him now in 1 and 2. Not for position, though. He's still in 28th and still last on the lead lap. Newman has not hit the back of the lap traffic yet since taking the lead on the restart. Indeed, Billy. NASCAR 08 and NASCAR 09, from what I've heard, has that. What I've seen, I've never actually played those games, but I mean, again, a game over 10 years ago had it. Why can't this game have it? I don't understand. It is 2021. Yeah, this game is from 2020, but still over 10 years older than those games that had a scrolling leaderboard at the top. I can remember the World of Outlaw game I had in 2010 having a rolling leaderboard too, showing you the intervals between every position. That would help like this realistic broadcast too. It'll look, physically look a lot more real as well.
Inside. Stay on the bottom.
But yeah, it would give you like the fastest lap and
Got one
all that good stuff. Hardest charger in the middle of the race.
All clear.
23 laps to go in stage 1. 22 at the line now for Ryan Newman. He just crossed the stripe. He's about a little over half a straightaway behind where this 99 car is right now. Schneider's saving his tires quite a bit. But he is not going to be able to make it to the end of this stage on fuel. He needs this caution very quickly or he's going to go a lap down. Probably wasn't going to get stage points anyway. Even if he was on fresher tires, he would be a lot further in the running order, but I don't think he'd be in the top 10 and really contend for a top 10. So we got another caution anyway. Truex and Newman battling for the lead. You can see that on the lower left-hand corner of the screen right now on the track map. See the 6 and the 19 changing hands. There it is again, off turn 2. Truex has the edge over Newman. Newman had the edge in the middle of the corner, and now Newman again has the edge into turn 3. We'll see if Truex can get him back. Yeah, definitely a better DNF policy too. I agree with that also, Michael. And lane choice, yeah, why is that not a thing? I know the choose cone didn't come into play middle last season, so I'll give a pass for that, but like, why is there no lane choice for the leaders? Again, games, you know, before NASCAR heat had that option on the front row. Boy, Schneider got really loose off turn 4. Had to lift quite a bit there. Still on the lead lap, even with these older tires. I mean, he's going to be on the lead lap until he has to pit at this point. Oh, 3 wide. Go the leaders trying to split the lap traffic through turns 1 and 2. Truex rockets on the outside back to the lead. Newman to the bottom. Then the first car who was in the middle. The next car came into play. He had to go high and let Truex go by first. Schneider stays out one more lap. 17 laps to go now in stage 1. And he's going to need a caution right now or he's going to go lap down having to pit. He gets back around Ryan Preece. Not for position though. Preece is a lap down. Schneider has to pit this time. He's not going to make it another lap on fuel. It's on the pit road.
Slow down. All right, we need fuel. Let's pit now.
45 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. He's going to put just enough fuel in it to make it to the end of the stage, so half a tank. And he's going to pit for right sides only, trying to make this as quick of a stop as possible. With those adjustments, he's going to add that 5% more tape and also going to put a half a round of wedge in the race car as well to tighten it up because it will automatically loosen up when taking right sides only. So tough break here for Schneider. He's going to go a lap down in stage 1 due to the poor pit strategy, the unintentional pit strategy. 10.3 second pit stop. Not the fastest for right side, but it wasn't terribly slow either. And now Schneider's actually 2 laps down as everything cycles through. 1 lap down is a lot easier to come back from than 2 laps down. He's got fresher right side tires than the rest of the field, but he's quite a ways behind the race leader, Kyle Busch, as that lead has just changed hands once again. Well, at least it's early in a long race. But again, the problem for Schneider is that he's 2 laps down and not 1. 1 lap down, he can try to race to get the 3 past. 2, now he's really going to have to try to do some pit strategy.
Careful, go there.
I thought I hit it in time, but it was definitely my fault for waiting that long too. But I couldn't decide what I wanted to do either. Here's the thing though, he's got older left side tires than everybody else, but his right side tires are fresher than everybody else's in the field. So I'm not sure how that balance is going to be exactly. Still looks like he's slower than the leaders. You see Ryan Blaney closing up quick. His back bumper actually, no, it is Blaney. Logano's got the Pennzoil car as well. It looks somewhat similar on the front side, but the back of Blaney's car is more white than ours. Blaney's in 7th. He just made a pass to clear Schneider, but he doesn't look too much faster. I'm really pulling Schneider that much more. Yeah, 4 fresh tires, Schneider would be even quicker, but he was trying to save time on pit road. Get as many positions back as he can here. Now he's going to trap Blaney behind Brendan Gaughan. Schneider's going to get back around Gaughan for position. Joey Gason 31st also for position just up ahead. He's going to get there. Blaney's just going to have to wait Paul Schneider. Blaney's not really close to the 6th place car at all. I believe William Byron back there is an 8th. He's still quite a ways behind Blaney as well. Now Blaney gets to the inside of Schneider off turn 2. Should be able to get him into 3 and 4 this time. I think I remember seeing some of those over 05 and 06. Well, 05 doesn't have, like, the leaderboard. It does, I get what you're saying, it kind of does before the race, but, like, not during the race. Like it'll show the qualifying and practice time scrolling across the top. Not like live during the race.
You got room. You're clear.
After the race too, it would show all that extra information though. All like lap times and stuff like that. Race pace, how many cautions for how many caution laps, how many lead changes in there. Yeah, they kept track of all that. And even older games in 05 did that too. I mean, we saw it firsthand on the channel with Thunder 04 and did that. I know the earlier games did too. But we still don't have that in NASCAR Heat. Those little detailed things. Still don't have it. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. Well, it should be better. I should be on the lead lap. I just didn't pit during that first and only caution we've had so far in this race. 9 laps to go in stage 1. Actually, considering Schneider's 2 laps down, we got 7 laps to go in stage 1. Schneider's going to have to try to fight from 2 laps down just to get back onto the lead lap. It's not impossible knowing that we are still in stage 1. Trying to come from 2 laps down, a lot harder than 1. That's the thing. Kyle Busch, Truex, Newman, those 3 race leaders that are battling for the stage 1 win are only putting more cars 1 lap down, which is going to make it even harder for Schneider to get back both laps. The hardest lap to get back is going to be this first one. He's going to try staying out to take the wave around during the stage break, assuming this plays green. Well, the problem is I only took enough fuel to get to the end of the stage, so that might not work out now that I'm thinking about it. We'll see. Inside Uranus, welcome to the stream as well. Long race still to go, though. Don't want to go anywhere. Don't want to miss anything. We won the Daytona 500 last night in our first career start. Anything could happen. Well, it's going to be harder on the intermediates and the short tracks, but still, anything could happen. Another pass per position. So Schneider's the first car 2 laps down, even after pitting there. And 28. Everybody ahead of him now is 1 lap down or less. Three laps to go for Kyle Busch now in stage number 1. These guys at the front trying to battle for their first stage win of the year as well, knowing Troy LaJoie won both stages in the Daytona 500 yesterday. Schneider full throttle through 1 and 2, but this time he was able to get to the bottom and do it. For an 85 on the engine power, an 80 and an 80 on both the aero and the suspension. He's got this car hooked up about as well as it can be. Now he's just going to have to try that track position to get back on the lead lap. He's doing a great job earlier on the lead lap. As high as 26th. He's 28 2 laps down, but we'll see. Never over till it's over. 1 lap to go for Kyle Busch in stage 1. We'll see if he can hold on the track map on the lower left-hand corner of the screen. Maybe not. No, Newman gets around him and we get a caution. For the second time today, caution is out. This will end stage 1. Ryan Newman just passed Kyle Busch right as the caution came out. Free pass will go to Bubba Wallace in 22nd. So Newman is going to win stage 1 today at Las Vegas. Stealing it on a last lap pass to get around Kyle Busch right before the caution. Schneider's going to stay out to take the wave around, so he's going to get to 1 lap down now, but he will have to restart at the rear of the field, and he's on older tires still. Go about another 17 laps, so he is going to need a caution pretty quick here at the beginning of stage 2 if he's going to want this wave around to work. And then he can pit during the caution if we get one. We've had 2 per incident in stage 1, including 1 there to end the stage, so we'll see what stage 2 will bring. 1 driver is also out of the race. Tough to tell who brought that caution out, though. Ryan Newman, the Boilermaker, out in front. The Rocket Man. So how about that? The first 3 stages so far this season have all ended in the last lap pass. How about that? Martin Truex Jr. takes the lead on a 3-wide pass through 3 and 4 to lead the opening green flag lap of stage number 2. Nobody else decided to take the wave around during the stage break as well, only Schneider. And those left side tires are still the same left side tires he had at the start of the race. Down to 28% on both the left front and the left rear. Right side still in the 70s yet. He's actually done a very good job keeping track of that tire wear, something he was not able to do in the Xfinity Series all 4 races he ran here at Las Vegas. Did a lot better in that last race, but still wasn't perfect. This race, about as close to perfect as you can get with the tire wear. Considering how bumpy of a track this is. Not Atlanta or Fontana. Basis is bumpy, but still got decent tire wear. Again, even on these older tires, he is keeping up with Chad Fincham. I know Fincham's 39, but he's got 4 fresh tires. Chad's right sides aren't that old. Only about 15 laps old. Left side tires, though, again, still over 80 laps old. He has not changed those left sides since the start of the race. Hoping for a caution. Got one of the 2 laps back with the wave around, but it's not going to matter if he's going to have to pit under green here. If he pits under green, it's likely going to be a 4-tire stop. It's going to have to be. This caution of the race came out at lap 36 as well, so pretty much just shy of the halfway mark. $14 people watching, 11 likes right now. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. More daily NASCAR content. About my young broadcasting career and my dreams becoming a commentator within the sport of NASCAR. That's the full race live stream with the realistic broadcast we do every day. Here tonight, you're watching the Pennzoil 400 on NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode for the NASCAR Cup Series. Race number 2 of the season. Martin Truex Jr. out in front after Ryan Newman won stage 1 on the last lap pass on Kyle Busch right before the caution came out while they were in turns 1 and 2. Schneider's in 28th, 1 lap down. It was 2 laps down at the end of stage 1 after accidentally staying out of the pits. Made the late decision. He wanted to pit though, so then he had to pit under green. He didn't get a caution quick enough to be able to pit and stay on the lead lap, so he ended up having to pit and then stay out at the stage break, leaving him on older tires again, and again on a offsetting strategy, just hoping for a caution in the next 9 laps before he has to pit for fuel. And he got it. Caution's out. That was a big break for the 99 team. Austin Dillon's going to get the free pass now in 23rd. There's a couple lead lap cars pitting, but not all of them. Just a couple at the rear of the field. Everybody at the front going to keep their track position. Truex still in the lead at the timing of the yellow. Now Schneider can pit for fuel and tires. Going to take that half around a wedge out of the car that he put in earlier. Now that'll have 4 tires instead of 2. So just like that, 2 laps down at the end of stage 1. About a dozen laps later, he's back on the lead lap with some track position. Well, not track position, but with some strategy. And now he's got fresher tires to try and get himself into perhaps the free pass position. There are a couple other drivers that are 1 lap down that are pitting. Daniel Suarez and Kevin Harvick both pit. 24th place will be the race for the free pass position down to the end of stage number 2 if we don't get another caution after the 3rd yellow of the day. Green flag back in the air at Vegas. Truex leads the field to the green. Everybody that pitted during that caution as well will still have to pit before the end of stage 2. They're about 6 to 7 laps short on fuel. They can run close to 10 laps longer than everybody that didn't pit there. There slides up the racetrack. Here comes Austin Dillon, who was inside. Gets around him. Never know if we're going to get another caution. The sooner Schneider can get to 24th, the better. And again, he knows Kevin Harvick's got fresher tires as well as Daniel Suarez. All these guys are trying to race through this traffic pretty aggressively. Oh, 3 wide goes Bobby Carter to the outside. Suarez on a little bit fresher tires and John Hunter Nemechek. Bobby Carter might have been on pit road as well there because he is ripping that outside lane. He is 2 laps down though. They're trying to get to the outside of Nemechek as he side drafts him down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, it's Kyle Busch taking the race lead away from teammate Martin Truex Jr. Trying to get a better launch there through that middle to upper groove. Still can't clear the 38 car.
Got a car coming inside now.
Try that upper line now through turns 1 and 2. Gonna help him clear Nemechek and Brendan Gaughan down the back straightaway now. And back to full throttle to the bottom through 3 and 4. What a battle for the lead between Truex and Busch as they are still side by side.
Stay on the bottom here.
Lack of straightaway speed is really hurting the 99, even with these fresher tires. He's a lot faster in the corners, but just can't keep up with him down the straightaways.
Careful, still there. Car there on the outside.
Hence the speed Joey Gase had there on the outside.
Clear high, bud.
Again, back to the inside of Ryan Preece. Can't clear him off turn 2, though. I hope he can clear him down in 3 and 4 this time.
Still there.
There's a side draft him going off into the corner. He'll go full throttle as well. Trying to help his cause, and he should clear Preece off the exit of turn 4. And does.
Outside. You're all clear up top.
And the battery on the controller's low. I'll change that at either... I'll change it at either the stage break or the caution whenever comes next. I'll have enough battery life until then. It'll be alright. Won't have to pause it.
Stay on the bottom.
Welcome back, Trevor. Battle for 24th is for the free pass position.
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear.
Sends it through 1 and 2, blocking Justin Haley on corner entry as well. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream. Change now just to be good. No, we'll be good. I won't have to pause the action at all. I know I'll be fine to the end of the stage for sure. Only got 58 more laps. Inside of Corey LaJoy. Got around Ricky Stenhouse there. Is he going to clear LaJoy off turn 2? Yes, he does. I didn't think he was going to be able to, but he did. Still passing all these drivers that are 2 laps down, though. Except for Stenhouse. Stenhouse is actually in good position. Ricky was also 1 lap down. Schneider's the 27th. He's likely trying to get to Kevin Harvick, who I believe is in 24th. Feel it S, welcome to the stream. How's it going?
Careful, still there. Car high, careful. You got room, you're clear.
Schneider's got to be liking this 99 car, all things considered. I know he had the highest of highs winning the Daytona 500 last night in his first career start. We had to imagine it was going to be a quick shock back to reality when they get to that intermediate or first racetrack that's not a super speedway, and that happened to be the next race at Las Vegas. They've got this car in good shape. Just need to get back on the lead lap. Remember, I do have to finish top 25 in each of the first 4 races as well to get that incentive bonus. Again, we need all the money we can. Can't remember how much money we were going to get for that. Well, now that we're in the Cup Series, it's a decent amount. It cost her 26th. Is 2.5 seconds ahead yet. 25th. Harvick's another 5.5 seconds ahead.
Careful, still there. Clear high, bud.
Run. I mean, if we stay green long enough, Schneider should get there. The last car in the lead lap would be the 23rd place car, who I believe is Bubba Wallace up ahead. Guess we'll see when we get to it. It was still got a ways before lap traffic anyway. Yeah, we still have a chance as long as we don't get lapped again. That's the case. We're 1 lap down currently. We were 2 laps down. We're fighting back. And if it goes green to the end of the stage, that will be alright too. I'd almost rather prefer that. Let this play out the green flag pit stops, because I feel like we could... Well, see, the problem with that is if we go green long enough, the leaders are probably going to put more than what we have a lap down to the end of the stage. So we don't need to, I guess we don't need it to run green that long, but long enough for us to obviously get to Harvick. Schneider's closing on Daniel Suarez for 25th, but he's not really closing in on Harvick yet. Wallace is actually in 22nd. I don't know who's in 23rd. I guess we'll be able to see when we get to Suarez. Schneider almost got into the back of Wallace. He tried to go full throttle through 1 and 2 again, and
Still there?
he likely would have, but he had to lift before damaging the front of his race car.
Car high, careful there.
He's kept this thing pretty clean all day long. He wants to keep it that way. Get around Wallace cleanly.
Got one outside now. All right, you're clear.
I've got to say, it feels like this race is flying by. I don't know why. I mean, we're already halfway through stage 2. We're pretty much about halfway through this race. A little over an hour. Barely over an hour. I know we're running 26 right now, but this just kind of seems entertaining again. Now that we're in the Cup Series, that's one thing. Having to do that extra season in the Xfinity Series was kind of monotonous a little bit because I kind of had a feeling we were going to dominate the season, which we did. We still almost lost the championship at the end, but you know, throughout the middle portion of the year, we had a lot of playoff points, and you're always racing for more, but you know, we had that idea that we were going to make a deep playoff run.
Careful.
You know, with this season, we don't know. I mean, we're fighting for everything every week. Every little bit of money we can get with every position
Still there?
is so crucial on top of the points itself. Because you never know if we're going to have more than 16 different winners, even though we have won the Daytona 500 already. And I'll tell you what, if Brian Newman goes to victory lane today, he already won stage 1. I mean, that could be two. Would you have thought that Schneider and Newman would have won the first 2 races of the season? I don't think anybody could have thought that. And that's going to take up 2, you know, spots perhaps right out of the gate. Equipment-wise, these are 2 cars that probably shouldn't even be competing for wins. Austin Dillon's in 23rd right now. Got 23 seconds ahead of where Schneider's at currently, so he's obviously still in the lead lap. Can't be on the lead lap by a whole lot, though. 43 to go in stage 2. Schneider's about 3 seconds behind Kevin Harvick's for the free pass position still. I mean, by the time he gets to Harvick, Austin Dillon's probably going to be a lap down. Again, we'll just have to let this play out. Schneider shouldn't have to worry about going 2 laps down again, as long as he doesn't make that mistake at the end of stage 2 and accidentally stay out again. Oh, we got trouble. Slow car. Oh, Logano is wrecking. No, he saves it. He ran into his teammate Blaney. Blaney was blowing up right in front of Logano and Almirola. And Logano sideswiped the 12, and I thought he was going around right in front of the 99, and Logano saved it. Blaney finally makes it to pit road, and we stay green. That probably should have been a caution.
You're all clear up top.
I need a new fire suit. Oh my gosh. Not what you want to see. But we stay green, and everybody made it through unscathed. Logano's got a little bit of damage on the right side of his race car, but it could have been worse for him as well. It's another spot for Schneider now that Blaney is dropped down. Not sure if he's going to be out of the race or not, but for the meantime, he's a cycle ahead of him. Let's see if Blaney returns to the racetrack. He's got a fast car. He was in the top 10. He was 7th at the end of stage 1 to be exact. He's got a fast race car, but it looks like he will return to the race as well. And it looks like Blaney's going to be 2 laps down. So he had a flat tire. Schneider is catching Kevin Harvick. Caught him quick after he had to check up behind Blaney as well. It'll work for the 99. He's got to run on the outside. Gets to the corner panel with Kevin Harvick. Side by side for the free pass position. Clear off turn 4. So Schneider's in the free pass spot for now. 19 seconds behind the next place for position and 22nd Austin Dillon. He's got to keep hustling in case Dillon goes a lap down if he isn't already. Hoping it doesn't come out any later than September. I mean, that'll give them a whole 14 months. I mean, you would think that'd be enough time to publish a game.
Clear all around.
I'm fine with them taking a couple extra months, but I don't want it to be like after the season's over. NASCAR 21 when it's like about to be 2022. The season's already over, and we have the last season's game by the time the next season goes on. It's already going to be into the playoffs by the time it comes out, assuming it comes out in September. Sure, got really loose on entry to turn 1 there. Not sure really how. Really seen him get that loose today. He was loose there. Oh, slid into Austin Dillon off turn 4 as well.
Got one up top. All right, clear outside.
That time he's going to clear up. Chase Elliott. I say Austin Dillon. I meant Chase Elliott. I might have said Austin Dillon.
Clear high.
Obviously. I had Austin Dillon in my head because that's who we're racing next. Schneider is not going to catch him for the free pass position. There's no way he's going to gain 16 seconds on Austin Dillon. 26 laps. I'd be shocked if he doesn't. Even if he does, I mean, more cars are going to go lap down by the time Schneider gets to Austin Dillon anyway. He needed that caution right after he passed Harvick. But Dillon's definitely a lap down. Now we got more trouble. And that will bring out a caution. Chad Fincham blowing a little bit of smoke in turns 1 and 2, bringing out our 4th caution of the race. Everybody's going to hit pit road. Schneider's got a pit here. No adjustments on the 99 crew. He's going to have to pit. Thought about taking the wave around again there, but he wasn't going to have enough fuel to the end of the stage. He was going to be about 3 to 4 laps short, so he's going to play it safe. Ryan Blaney will take the wave around, though. Get one of his 2 laps back. But he's going to be on a little bit older tires. Green flag back in the air here at Vegas. Dillon was a lap down, so Austin Dillon for the second time here tonight will get the free pass.
Still there. Careful, still there. Got one peeking outside. Got one outside now. Inside. You got room. You're clear. Car there on the outside.
He was trying to block as much as he could for turns 1 and 2 there. 25th position.
Keep hitting your mark. You'll keep getting better.
Tell you what, Ryan Blaney's got a fast enough race car, even on a little bit older tires. He might have a shot to get to the pre-pass position if he can get through this traffic quick enough. If Schneider's not going to get there, I think he's hoping Blaney does, because Blaney's got a fast car. I don't think Schneider's going to be able to get around Ryan Blaney
Car on the outside now.
at the beginning of stage 3 for the pre-pass position either. Goes Austin Dillon. 26 to go in stage 2.
Hold your line, got one inside. Careful, still there. Car outside, hold your line. You got room, you're clear there.
There's a chance that Schneider might take the wave around at the end of the stage as well.
Car there on the outside.
Another reason that he did end up coming into pit road there instead of taking the wave around was if we weren't going to get a caution before the end of the stage, he wasn't going to make it to the end of the stage on fuel. So he played it safe that time to likely take the wave around to start the final stage of the race, and then hope he gets a caution there early in the final stage to
Got one down low now. All right, you're clear.
stay on the lead lap from then to the end of the race.
Inside.
So he'll have about 30 laps of fuel, a little over half a tank of fuel by the time the final stage starts, assuming he stays out. He's done a great job taking care of his tires to the end of a fuel run on multiple occasions today, so he will be able to run more than 30 laps. It's just going to be, are we going to get that caution in the final stage in the time that Schneider will need it? Again, a couple positions as well. Get him inside the top 25, which he needs. He could get another DNF or so the rest of the race as well. We still only have one DNF in this race, despite the 4 cautions for incident. 4 cautions total as well.
Car on the outside now. Inside. All right, you're clear.
The finish to this stage isn't going to be long enough either for anybody else to go a lap down for the first time. So whoever the 23rd place car, either at the next caution or at the end of the stage, will definitely get back on the lead lap. Ryan Blaney's caught up and passed Daniel Suarez now for 24th, or at least continues to battle him for 24th. mean, Blaney's only got to get around Kevin Harvick after that.
All right, you're clear. Looking inside now.
Caution. Well, I guess Schneider should have taken the wave around there. Hindsight's always 20/20. But he played it safe. Trouble through the tri-oval, bringing out our 5th caution of the race. Tough to tell who that is up there that's up in smoke. Free pass will go to Kevin Harvick in 23rd. And Schneider's going to pit right now. Everybody on the lead lap is going to stay out. Schneider's going to pit. No limit to how many tires he can take, so why not? Going to put 5% more tape on the race car as well. Tape it up. We're going to restart with about 16 laps to go in the stage. Schneider will have to restart behind everybody, though.
We're going green. Be ready.
Flag back in the air. Schneider's going to have fresher tires than Daniel Suarez and Ryan Blaney. Those are the only 2 drivers he is racing right now for position and for the lead lap. Somebody else got knocked out of the race, bringing out that 2nd caution. Again, not entirely sure who it is.
Careful, still there.
Once Schneider gets up to speed here, he's going to have
Got a car
to
high now.
watch those oil temperatures, and now he has to charge through this field. He needs to get around Blaney and Suarez. Worst case scenario, nobody on the lead lap pitted there. They're likely going to pit at the stage break and just staying out to keep their track position and give themselves that chance to get the stage points still. Going to see a lot more of early in the season.
Stay on the bottom.
Guys without wins. Schneider pulled up in front of Fincham. Maybe a little early. Wanted to make sure he was going to be clear into turn 3, and he got into it.
Got one outside.
3 wide now behind. Fincham and Reagan just about made contact before the entry to turn 1 as well.
Clear high, bud. Car
There's about
high.
2 seconds behind Blaney. 2.5 behind Suarez.
You got room. You're clear. Car outside. Hold the line.
Caution replays has to be a must. That's what I love about NASCAR 05. Like, I just feel like doing like a realistic broadcast, it just feels real. Same thing with Thunder 04, because you have the caution replays. We know what every caution, entails. We have, at least with Thunder 04, live race stats. And even at the end of the race, you have, like, at least the stats at the end with 05.
You got room. You're clear there. Hold your line. Got one inside.
Sure had to shut that door on the car behind him with Kevin Harvick. Harvick's on the lead lap, and he wants to get back up there and race with guys for position who are also on the lead lap, but Schneider can't let anybody else get around him. Blaney's pulling away. Schneider's got a little bit fresher tires, but Blaney's got a good top 10 race car. And he is likely going to be the one to get the free pass at the end of the stage regardless. Barring a quick change of pace by this 99 car. And maybe a drop of pace by the 12. Well, he's going to need a drop of pace out of the 12 as well. Schneider's not going to be able to just gain that much time. Losing a couple tenths a lap, it seems like. It's going to depend how racy everybody is around Blaney for position as well.
Last 10 laps. You got to focus.
10 to go, stage 2. Schneider's got a good handling race car. He's got a great race car, not only with the handling, but the speed as well for the corners, but the 85 with the engine power is why he's lacking that straightaway speed.
Still there. Car there on
He's
the
got
outside.
Stenhouse and Suarez side by side in front of him, so he's got nowhere to go there. underneath Cole Custer.
Stay on the bottom.
Trying to draft Stenhouse, but he's got that bubble effect going on right now with his 550 package. You can't quite get there. Plus Custer side drafted him. Now Custer side drafted the 96 of Suarez enough. And now Schneider gets underneath Stenhouse off turn 2.
Hold your line. Got one
Stenhouse is
outside.
holding them up. Pass for Suarez, Westport position. Moving him up to 24th. Again on the inside of Ricky through 3 and 4. But again, can't quite clear. He's going to go to the apron now. In the tri-oval. He wants to clear Stenhouse, but still can't. Custer blows by on the outside. Custer is 2 laps down there. Now Schneider's got to work his way back around Custer again. Custer to the top, Schneider to the bottom. Schneider's not going to be able to clear.
Got one peeking outside.
Custer's holding him off now. Schneider's 4 seconds behind Blaney. More competitive car is going to be the one getting the free pass, it looks like, at the end of stage 2. Schneider's going to have to take the wave around at the stage break, it looks like, to get back on the lead lap. That might be the last gas to being able to do so. So he's going to do it. Now, pitting during that last caution of this stage as well can assure him to go even longer than originally. He was going to go about 30 laps roughly. Now he's going to be able to go right around 40, just over 40 laps
5 laps to go.
on fuel before having to pit in the final stage to hope for a caution to then pit at some point within those 40 laps. So it's taking him a while. He's trying to get back on the lead lap. Remember, he was 2 laps down 1 stage ago. He'll be back on the lead lap to start the final stage regardless. Now he's just going to have to hope he can stay that way to the end of the race. For Ryan Newman, who is back out in front again, trying to sweep the stages here at Vegas like Corey LaJoie did yesterday in the Daytona 500. We're hoping he doesn't have to make a pass on the last lap this time. He's out in front with 3 to go, so you would think he won't have to do it, but
All right, you're clear then.
still likely got cars close behind him. What a battle for Blaney. He had a flat tire midway through this stage, didn't get a caution. He took the wave around, and even on older tires, raced his way past all these lap cars to get to the free pass position. In about a 40-lap stretch, he goes from 2 laps down to being back on the lead lap. He's going to have a great chance to go from 2 laps down to get a top 10 today because he's got that fast of a race car. We'll have over 100 laps in the final stage to try and do it. Final lap now for Ryan Newman in stage number 2.
All right, let's go. White flag.
Green-white checkered flag in the air for the second time here tonight at Las Vegas. Ryan Newman will sweep the stages at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He'll try to go for that max points day and perhaps get his first win of the season.
Tower called a caution.
So Schneider's going to stay out. He's going to take the wave around. Everybody on the lead lap is going to pit. So we'll still restart him in 24th, but he'll be back on the lead lap now instead of being one lap down. The Suarez is going to be the only car one lap down, so he'll get the free pass under the next caution if we do get one.
We're going green. Are you ready now? Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Final stage underway here at Vegas. $104 laps to decide the winner. Now Blaney's got to get through all these backmarker cars once again. Trying to get pretty good launches on the restarts. About the first lap to a lap and a half. Even on these older tires, he's getting it done. Slides all the way up the racetrack. Overran turns 3 and 4 though. Martin Truex Jr. has been nailing the restarts at the front of the field as well. Seems like he takes the lead every single restart, and he takes the lead again. Away from Ryan Newman for the moment, but we'll see if Newman can fight back as this final stage rolls on closer to the finish. Kurt Busch going to take his first lead of the race. Where did he come from? Trying to win at his home track. Yep, up to 24th. We're getting there. Back on the lead lap. We're on older tires after taking the wave around, being a lap down there at the end of stage number 2, but we were 2 laps down at the end of stage 1, so we have fought for 2 laps down to get back on the lead lap. And we've got the speed in the race car to at least be a lead lap car, maybe a top 20 car at best, but stay in the top 25 to help get that incentive bonus. Every position is that much more money. Every position's worth 1 point as well. That side of things. $100 laps to go. 150 miles left in this 400-mile race.
Careful, still there.
Schneider trying to push a little too hard to get underneath Fincham. He's not battling him for position. All he's doing is using his stall. Yeah, don't forget. I remember, but I keep forgetting to tell you guys. Thursday night we'll be doing an online lobby. I did promise you guys a couple weeks ago after I got back from Charlotte that the next online lobby would be before I go to Nashville. And then a couple nights later I decided that the Thursday night before I go to Nashville, because I leave Friday after, I'm leaving Friday after work, so that'll be the last chance for me to do it before I go to Nashville. Plus, that's my last day off before I go, because I'm still working that day. I'm just leaving after that. Not going to drive all the way down there that night. That's going to be way too long. I mean, I could probably get there by about 11:30 at night, leaving from work, but that's a long day, getting up at just about 4:45 in the morning to go to work, and then not getting any sleep and any rest, just being on the road after a 10-hour work day. And yeah, I'm not going to drive all the way there, but I'm going to drive, get about 3 to 4 hours in, drive until it gets darker. So 9:30, and call it quits for the night. That way, Saturday, instead of having a full 7.5 hour drive, I'm only going to have like 2.5 to 3 hours driving left. So that way I can get around to golfing Saturday. Means I'm not going to the Xfinity or the truck race this weekend, just going to the Cup race. Pocono, I'll be able to see everything. Pocono, I'll be there for both Cup races, and I'll be there all day for the truck and the Xfinity races too. But not this weekend, just the Cup Series. There you are, Ethan. Oh yeah, I'm sure they offer anything like Ally 400. So yeah, every track you would go to, whatever like the official sponsor of the race is. Like if it's like for instance Coke 600, it'll have like Coke 600 shirts. Even though that's a crown jewel, I'm trying to think of another one. Pennzoil 400, for instance, at Las Vegas, it'll be like Pennzoil 400 2021 shirts, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, and hats. My dad got a. Well, I guess his was just a Talladega Super Speedway hat, but still, they have all kinds of track merchandise. Not so much at Mid-Ohio, I will say, but that was a standalone Xfinity race. They don't expect a ton of people to be there. It'd be different if it was a Cup date. They probably would have more souvenirs stands than what they did. They really didn't have hardly any at all. Well, Schneider goes a lap down if the run stays long enough while he's on these older tires. He's got 24 seconds back to Daniel Suarez for the free pass position. Suarez is the only driver a lap down right now. One lap down, then, is everybody else behind him is 2 or more laps down. You see Custer 26, he's 2 laps down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a ton of. There's usually a like track merchandise hauler. I'll do more filming like I did at Charlotte. Hopefully the footage doesn't come out as grainy, but. They got the driver haulers, but then there's like an official like NASCAR merchandise hauler, and there's also usually a hauler for like the actual track merchandise. And then there like pretty much any like souvenirs or any like souvenir stands under the grandstands where there's like concessions mixed in and stuff like that. Those always have like track merchandise too, and then they have like various small like maybe one Chase Elliott shirt in there, and then you'll probably find like a Truex shirt in there, or a Harvick shirt. Like they'll usually have like sporadic stuff in there too for drivers.
Still there?
Yeah, I plan on it. I plan on watching the IndyCar race that weekend of the Brickyard 400 too. I was going to be there for the Xfinity race on Saturday anyway, so might as well watch the IndyCar while I'm there. Spend the whole day at the track. Get my doubleheader in. .87 laps to go. Ryan Newman has found his way back out in front of Mark Truex Jr. Newman won the first 2 stages, trying to go for the clean sweep and a max points day. The second race of the season. Bristol, Michigan. Yeah, if you get the chance to go to Talladega, you got to go there. Indianapolis is really cool. I've only been there for NASCAR so far, but got to go inside the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Hall of Fame when you're there in the infield too. It's only $10 for a ticket. Super cheap. I was in there for a couple hours looking at all the old Indy cars. Wasn't really much like stock car stuff in there, but it's still pretty neat. A lot of history at that racetrack. I'd say Chicagoland's pretty good as far as the racing at the racetrack too. That it's a must watch, but they don't race there anymore. So it's kind of tough to tell you to go there when they don't race there anymore. Tyler Burback, welcome to the stream. Ryan Newman is catching Schneider and about ready to put him a lap down. Ideally, Schneider would like a caution before he goes a lap down, so he can restart mid-pack instead of at the back of the pack. So he'll try to block Ryan Newman here, but if Newman gets around him, he's still 25 seconds ahead. The only other driver that's a lap down. Newman is going to get to the inside. Schneider just got really, really tight. I know it looked like the rear of the car slid up, but Newman got underneath me and jumped up the racetrack. And then trying to overcorrect it, his wiper, the rear of the car started sliding around. It was tight and then it got loose. Truex is gaining on Newman. He seems to be getting through the lap traffic a tad bit quicker. And Kevin Harvick is the last driver in the lead lap now in 23rd. He's about 9.5 seconds ahead still. So Schneider is one lap down for the second time today. And try to come back from it again. To the back of Bobby Carter. Busch in third place.
Hold your line. You're all clear on the bottom.
Way too much lap traffic in front of Busch. And here comes Kurt on the outside. He's going to look to take away third from his brother. Oh, just gets there. Almost got into the right rear of his younger brother, Kyle. But side-by-side lap traffic right in front of him. Kurt's going to go to the top. Busch is on the bottom. He still can't get through the traffic. Kurt can't get around the 99 car now. Not going to get there that time either.
Car there on the outside.
Yeah, I'll be at the Indy 500 someday. I'd like to go next year, but a lot of the races I'm going to next year are going to cost me a little bit of money, so I don't know. Just have to see. Especially the Daytona 500, I'll be down there for a full week. It's just a time to get off of work, because at that time I'll have more vacation time, but it's, you know, taking a full week at Daytona, it's, you know, all the days I'm taking this year I'll have paid. Next year I'll have some paid days off, but not all of them. That's why I only go to the Cup race majority of the time. He's going to need that caution before Harvick and Austin Dillon go a lap down. They're only 8.5 seconds ahead of Schneider. They're battling hard for position as well for 22nd.
Car there on the outside.
He's only going to gain more and more ground on him. Schneider's going to have to pit in another 18 laps as well. everybody else can go about another 15 to 20 laps on fuel than what Schneider can as well. Guess if it cycles all the way through green flag pit stops, that's probably going to be the best thing for Schneider if he doesn't get the free pass. Because with him pitting earlier than Austin Dillon and Kevin Harvick, he's already starting to run him down. Then he's going to have about 40 to 45 lap pressure tires on him, and then it'll definitely be even quicker for those guys than what he is now, because he's really only gaining a couple tenths a lap on him. It's actually a lot if you consider it, but considering how far back he fell before starting the game, that's why it's not looking like as much as it actually is.
Stay high up here. You got room, you're clear there.
I think Ryan Newman's already lapped Austin Dillon and Kevin Harvick, and maybe more than those guys as well. The leaders just seem to be a lot quicker this time. I know Schneider's got older tires, but on the actual speed, he's only been as high in the running order as 22nd anyway. He's at about 247. He might be able to throw more tape on it. It'd be risky, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, I guess. Probably going to be making more adjustments under this next pit stop as well. Just like with the wave around being taken twice by the 99 today, he actually hasn't pitted that much. Hit it for 4 tires twice and 2 tires once. You wouldn't think that 4 sets of tires would make it this far in when an Xfinity race would be pushing it as it is. Believe it or not, there's actually a good chance that we could do it. We could actually probably make it on 3.5 tires and still have 2 left if we did have a tire limit. We were actually trying for it. I'd probably give myself an extra set though, because these races are a lot longer than the Xfinity series, but still. Probably an extra set for the 400-mile races, the 500, 2 extra sets, but still. We're not doing that though. I mean, the Cup Series have like a dozen sets of tires, like basically every race anyway, so we definitely don't have to worry about pitting that much. Unless we have like that many cautions, I guess. I mean, we did at Daytona, but it was a little different because it's super speedway tires don't really got that much there.
You got room, you're clear there.
Daniel Suarez is actually 2 laps down now, so yeah. They're just going to try to gain as much time as he can. He's only got 11 laps of fuel left in the race car. And we are quickly approaching lap 200. Our front tire down to 20% as well. Two and a half seconds now behind Austin Dillon and Kevin Harvick. Still pushing as hard as he can. Just don't know what that free pass position actually is right now. We've had timely and untimely cautions today, so if we get another one the rest of this race, it really fall on both sides of the spectrum. 3 wide goes Truex up the middle. Schneider just got around Kevin Harvick through the tri-oval after going down to the apron. Big run to the back of Austin Dillon now. Up the middle between Dillon and Truex. Side drafts Dillon, caution. Yeah, Matt DiBenedetto is going to get the free pass in 20, and so even if he got around Dillon there, it wasn't going to matter. Caution's out. Once again. Schneider's only got 8 laps of fuel left. So he's going to have to pit. Got the caution, it was just way too late in the run. So Matty D will get back on the lead lap. Everybody's still going to be short on fuel to the end of the race. I'd like to see him go back to Rocky Man. Kentucky only because it's a 3.5-hour drive to this too. For my house. Be an easy track to get to in person. Easier compared to a lot of these other ones. Blue flag back in the air. 65 laps to go here at Las Vegas.
Stay low, stay low. Alright, clear outside. Still there.
Battle for 21st will be for the free pass position.
Careful, still there.
And now we have a third driver who was eliminated from the race. I believe it's Kevin Harvick. I think Harvick brought out that last caution.
Got one outside now.
The first caution of the final stage. And our 6th caution of the day for incident.
Still there inside. All clear. Got one
Well,
down.
Schneider got trapped 1 lap down for the 2nd time today. The wave around did not work that time like it did when he was 2 laps down.
Outside.
He's still in the top 25 as far as the incentive bonus goes, currently in 23rd. Las Vegas just isn't my racetrack on the career mode for whatever reason. Xfinity or Cup, it doesn't matter. We won here in the Truck Series, but no problem there. But Xfinity, our best finish 7th, only 1 top 10 in 4 races, and we're struggling here in the Cup Series.
One outside now.
Track division.
All clear on top there. Got one peeking outside.
More untimely cautions than timely, that's for
All
sure.
three easy to be needed. Got one up top. You got room. You're clear.
I mean, that's an interesting idea, Tyler. I just don't think they'll do it.
Outside, outside.
Logistically, it doesn't make any sense. I like the thought, but when you think about like trying to bring a race day back for the fans, I guess it would boost fan attendance too. I don't know. I just feel like that wouldn't be something NASCAR would do.
Careful.
I like the thought process. It's kind of hard to explain why I don't feel like they would do that.
Inside. Got one peeking inside.
60 laps to
Got
go
one down low now.
here at Vegas. Schneider again set to try and get into the free pass position. I don't even think he's going to be able to get it this time either. We haven't alternated through the different camera angles yet. We're over 200 laps into this race, so we're going to be doing that a lot here over the next 20 laps or so. And we'll get back to the normal camera again by the end of the race. Well, they wouldn't be able to do it at North Wilkesboro anyway. That track's not ready like Rockingham, Chicago, and Kentucky are.
Careful, still there. Still there. Still there.
Schneider was lifting quite a bit there in that corner. Behind David Reagan. Held him up in the center of the corner quite a bit at least.
You're all clear on the bottom there. Hold your line, got one inside. Inside, inside. Still there. Careful, still there. Stay high up here.
Still on the outside of David Reagan.
All clear. Careful.
Really just kind of stuck on the outside now. Underneath Bobby Carter, he's getting around these guys at a decent pace. Cuts right back in line behind Bobby Carter, but again has to go to the top. He just can't get underneath these guys.
Careful, still there.
Now he gets underneath Timmy Hill, cautions out again. Oh, somebody just barrel rolled. Austin Dillon has crashed hard in 3 and 4 as he was up in the air. What happened to Austin Dillon? I didn't tell if he was just up on 2 wheels or not, or if he just went end over end. Bubba Wallace is going to get the free pass at 21st. Schneider's going to stay out to take the wave around once again. And we are going to have about 51 laps to go. About 50 to go, actually, when we get the green. Our 7th caution of the race for incident. So again, Schneider taking the wave around for the 3rd time, hoping for another caution.
Are you ready now?
So then he can pit for tires. He's going to be very close on fuel to the end of the race if we go green from here. Let's see. Green flag back in the air. Austin Dillon, despite that vicious accident, has kept this car back in the race.
Still there. 3 wide now.
We're trying to side draft Bobby Carter. Getting desperate here.
Still there.
He's got a little bit older tires, about 10 lap older tires again though. Up to 22nd, he gained 1 spot by taking the wave around on Austin Dillon. If he gets a caution, he's definitely going to pit for 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel. And he'll get the restart mid-pack too. But hopefully the caution comes quick again this time before he goes a lap down with being on these older tires, because that's what happened at the beginning of the stage. Still fighting though. Gotta give him an A for effort. bottom underneath the 49 of Fincham. Side drafting him down the back straightaway, hopefully to get that run into 3 and 4 back to the bottom again. Tries to hug it full throttle, but he still can't clear the 49 and gets the run off the outside.
Still there?
Sends it, trying to get back to that corner panel of Fincham. Couldn't do it that time. He did have to lift a little bit in there because he did overdrive the corner quite a bit. He Fincham a shot that time. He didn't want to lift. Back to the outside. Now Fincham side drafts him on the bottom. I would draft with Fincham if I can go full throttle, but the problem is I get behind Fincham and I have to lift in the corners. So drafting isn't going to work. It's not like a super speedway, unless you're full throttle all the way around, which I can go full throttle, but we're too fast to go full throttle and stay behind Fincham. Wait to see if we're going to get an 8th caution here today. Trying to see about how much fuel. Yeah, we're just short on gas to the end of the race. Almost 2 laps shy. Schneider's not looking to save right now. He's just hoping for a caution. If he starts saving, that's going to allow Newman to catch up to him a lot quicker. Schneider's last car in the lead lap in 22nd after taking the wave around. He's on older tires, so Newman will catch him over time once again, but still going to be a little ways yet. Everybody else is good on fuel to the end. They all pitted during that last caution. Again, Schneider only stayed out so he can get the track position by taking the wave around. Moves him up to 22nd and on the lead lap. Austin Dillon is the first driver 1 lap down. In fact, the only driver 1 lap down because Suarez is 2 laps down to 24th. Everybody else in front of Dillon's on the lead lap. I think Schneider's just got to run until it's dry at this point. I wouldn't even worry about trying to come in a little less than 2 laps short. Just really got to bank on that caution very late in this race. Or at some point. Again, ideally before he goes a lap down. But again, if he goes a lap down, he could be in the free pass position as well for a little bit. Well, Wallace is about 7 seconds ahead of him. Probably just now more seconds ahead considering he's on pressure tires. Oh, Bobby Carter checked up off the exit of 2. Schneider gets into the back of him. Give him a shot to get to the outside of Timmy Hill. Another shot now to get to the outside of David Reagan as Carter keeps checking up. That time was on entry. Schneider's just a little bit faster than these guys. And they're holding him up, and Newman's starting to close in on him. On the top near the wall. And Ryan Newman is coming. Just got down in front of David Reagan that time into 3 and 4. He didn't want to go side by side another lap there, especially on the top. Says they have the engine power to really be able to run up there with consistent speed. It's just giving up more time. That's why he's been on the bottom as much as he has. About half a straightaway behind Schneider. I guess Ryan Newman is going to be the one to get Newman this time. Schneider's going to be the one trying to block Newman, the leader. Once Ryan gets there. Got side-by-side lap traffic right in front of him for now. Schneider had to go to the top to get around John Hunt and Nemechek through turns 1 and 2. Puts another car between him and Newman for the moment. This multi-gear racetrack is not going to matter too much. Finally gets around those 3 lap cars through 3 and 4 now, and he is holding a decent-sized lead. 30 laps to go now for the Rocket Man to try and sweep full stages and win this race here tonight. Schneider put himself in this hole way back earlier in the race as Newman came in there with a ton of speed on the outside, entering into 1 and 2. Schneider's still in front of him. Trying to keep that dirty air on Ryan. Newman's still picking that middle to upper groove. Oh man, he almost put himself in the wall trying to get to the outside of the 99, and now Schneider's going to go a lap down. 28 laps to go. Full throttle though through 1 and 2. He's still digging hard. About 4 lap cars right in front of Newman. That's going to hold him up here. Schneider's a little bit faster than those lap cars. He's going to go all the way to the outside. Now he's going to go to the middle. Probably going to get this to work. I mean, look at him go. Oh! Hang on, it looks like Joey Gase pulled up right in front of him now. 27 to go. 3 wide to the bottom goes Newman. And make the pass.
You got room. You're clear there. Outside.
Schneider's trying to keep up. He just doesn't have the race car. He is the first driver lap down. Again, if he's going to get a caution, he needs it very, very fast.
You got room, you're clear there.
Even doesn't have a gigantic lead over Truex in second, but he does have a decent lead. Truex is getting through these lap cars pretty well himself. Now Newman gets caught off turn 4 behind another lap car on the outside. Kyle Busch now with the run on Martin Truex Jr. He goes to the top lane for second place. Schneider slides up. Truex stays down low. He'll get by. And they are closing on Ryan Newman, who could not get around that lap car for the longest time. Lap car was Justin Haley in the 16.
Car high, careful.
Kyle Busch gets by. He's in third. He's got to try to run down to 19 again. All three of these top three have led laps at some point today. Ooh, Busch almost slid into Justin Haley off turn 2.
Careful, still there. Clear high, clear high.
Considering Schneider's on older tires, again, he's still got decent speed in this car. But if the caution's going to come out, it needs to come out now. Before Bubba Wallace goes a lap down, because then Schneider won't be in the free pass position anymore. We'll have to try this all over again. If we even get a caution. I mean, it might just stay green to the end of the race. .22 laps to go. Being a lap down is going to help Schneider on fuel, I guess, too, if it does go green. It's one less lap he's going to have to run. Ryan Newman still leads. But again, in the midst of lap traffic, Truex is closing in. And just think none of this would have ever happened if we just would have pitted at the end of stage 1. Like I intended to. From that point on, we were almost doomed. Nearly the final 180 laps since, 187 laps to be exact since. Well, 187 if we get to the end. Again, we got a good shot of it. 20 laps to go, so Schneider is exactly 1 lap short on fuel now. He was 2 laps short. 1 lap will be savable, but he's still trying to push. Bubba Wallace is a lap down now, I believe, or at least barely on the lead. Yeah, he's barely on the lead lap. And then there's still about 4.5 seconds until Matt DiBenedetto after Bubba Wallace. And it is possible that Schneider could pass Wallace and get the caution before they get to DiBenedetto. Kind of what he's hoping now. Drag a lift. LaJoie kind of moved down to the bottom. Right Schneider's way. There's the 24th place car, Suarez, who's now 3 laps down, but that just goes to show, even on older tires, again, there is a lot of speed in this 99 car. Top three are long gone. Here comes Kurt Busch in fourth. He's finally going to get to the back of the 99. It looks like down the back straightaway at some point, maybe into turn 3. Should be able to get to him.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Oh, but they both go to the bottom. Brad Keselowski's actually fighting Kurt Busch right now for fourth. Kurt trying to stay down low, but here comes Keselowski with that run off the high side on turn 4.
Inside.
Now Schneider pulls up in front of Keselowski. Kurt down low, still can't clear the 99 though off turn 2. Schneider side drafts him. I don't think Kurt appreciates the side drafting.
Hold your line, got one inside. All right, you're clear.
Still in between them. Austin Dillon's going to get in Kurt Busch's way now. Yep.
Inside.
Schneider goes up high. Keselowski underneath him too.
Inside.
We got a split. Austin Dillon. Schneider, all three of them really cleared Dillon through 1 and 2. They're back to the bottom through 3 and 4. Underneath Keselowski. Ed trying to get the momentum on the high side to again try to get around Kurt Busch for 4th place. 14 laps to go now at Las Vegas. Can Ryan Newman hang on to win it? Been a few seasons since Newman has won a race. $13 to go. Our red front tire's down to 20% as well on the 99 of Schneider.
Car on the outside now.
Keselowski got held up by Chad Finch in there. Schneider gets back around Brad.
Got one outside now.
Schneider to the bottom in 1 and 2. Keselowski up high. Bubba Wallace is going to get in Brad's way. Schneider is battling Wallace for position into turn 3.
Got one peeking outside. You got room.
Schneider's going to get around him. Benedetto's got to be a lap down already. Boyer might be on the lead lap, but even still. Only 11 laps to go now. Schneider's still not saving.
I need 10 more solid laps. Concentrate for me.
10 to go. Caution comes out to force overtime, and we go past the scheduled distance. I'm not sure that the leaders can make it on field 2. They're probably about 5 laps or so to get. I guess they make it for 1 overtime. 2 they definitely won't. Should make it with 1.
All right, you're clear.
I'm gonna guess. We went green with 60 laps to go, so probably about 5 laps to get on fuel. Estimated fuel range is 62 to 65 laps.
Wow.
Fuck.
I thought we had a better car than that today.
How many laps did we have left? Like 7? 7 laps left? I forgot to plug it in. I'm surprised I even made it that far into the race. You gotta be kidding me. Why doesn't the controller just pause? Or why doesn't the game just pause? Like any other game when the controller dies or gets disconnected. Any other game it pauses. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's a racing game, a sport game, anything. But with NASCAR Heat, it disconnects. And not only it disconnects, but it just turns right every time it disconnects. So not only we're hitting the wall, we're driving into it for whatever reason. It's bullshit. Sitting here for almost 2.5 hours. Just for that. Just for 6 laps to go. To pound the wall. And not because we actually wrecked ourselves. Jesus. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to shorten the race up, and I'm going to finish 22nd where I was running. And whoever wins, wins. I kind of hope either Newman Truex or Kyle Busch win. Because they were going to end up winning anyway. One of those three were going to win. Hopefully you guys don't hear that music. I'm really hoping you... Yeah, by the way, the last time the game crashed and they had that music playing, I got copyrighted for it. My stream got taken down. It was Richmond in the Xfinity Series. I just noticed it today. I don't know how long it was copyrighted for, so I had to take the video down. I'm gonna put it on easy so I make sure I finish 22nd. And you guys are gonna see this. Yeah, the music is playing, and I muted the actual like game audio. My TV was, so I'm probably gonna get copyrighted now too. This stream might not be up when I end it. The double whammy. I mean, they weren't going to get stage points anyway. They weren't going to get stage points anyway with the DNF, so I mean, I guess this is going to be about as accurate as it can be. We ran such a clean race, too. And why when you DNF your car is it still driving? I don't know. Again, it's NASCAR heat. That's not like the least. That part doesn't bother me. It's the fact that when the controller disconnects, it takes a right-handed turn. Like, we could have been on a straightaway, and it still would have turned right. Like, it just naturally turns right for whatever reason. So I've had it happen before. Michael, trust me, I'd use a steering wheel, but mine's broken. And I didn't want to get another one for the PS4. Because I plan on getting a PS5 soon anyway. Put the same setup in it for next time. We're getting our incentive bonus too. We're going to finish 22nd. Because that's where we would have finished. I hope I can get there. I don't know if the car is going to allow me. I'm on easy though, so I should be able to finish 22nd.
Careful, still back.
So it's going to be 11 laps. I'm hoping either Truex, Kyle Busch, or Ryan Newman are going to win. Because those were the guys that were leading.
All clear. All right, you're clear.
What? What do you mean it's not fair? How's that not fair? Me DNFing because the controller disconnected is not fair. With 6 laps to go in the race, we had 22nd in the bag. So I'm going to finish right where I was going to finish. I could have ran out of fuel on the last lap too because we were close on fuel, but still. I mean, there were only a couple guys behind me that were a lap down anyway, so I'm... Okay, instead of... Or wait a minute, no, we were... I'll finish 22nd, because we were ahead of Bubba Wallace, weren't we? We were 21st. Then I'll finish 21st then. Hang on, let me pause, let me go back. What position were we in? Were we in 20th or 21st? I can't remember. I thought we were in 22nd, but now I'm thinking about it. I think we were higher than 22nd. We were 21st. Okay, so I'm going to finish 21st.
You're all clear up top.
I'm going to park it.
Stay low, stay low.
Really hoping Truex holds on.
Careful, still there.
Truex, Kyle Busch.
Outside.
I need to get by Priest. I'll get by Priest and let Suarez go. Suarez is a lot faster.
Careful, still there.
Okay, I guess we're pulling away from all of them. I don't know what that was. Dude, whatever happens here, again, I'm going to finish 21st.
Keep hitting your mark. You'll keep getting better.
I don't even know what the battery life is on this controller. Watch this one disconnect too. My goodness, it's 4 like that. It just sucks. Like, I can't even call the end of the race of the realistic broadcast either because this doesn't even feel right. But I'm doing, in the end, I'm doing what's right. I'm going to finish 21st. I really thought Suarez was just going to blow around me. Maybe Almirola will catch up. I'll finish 21st one way or another. Hamlin's leading out. I mean, Hamlin was in the top 10, but I'd prefer if Truex, Busch, or Newman win. I feel bad if Newman dominated that race too.
Outside.
At least Truex and Busch were within a couple seconds of him and running down their lead. So a lot of traffic. I let out the roll by now.
5 to go, driver.
The only reason I'm doing this on the stream itself too, so you guys know I'm gonna finish 21st. I'm not gonna cheat the system here. I'm gonna finish right where I was. I didn't get any stage points anyway, so I guess that didn't matter. You know what? I'll even do the points myself. I'll make it even more fair. I'll do the points myself. And I'll add in the stage points that Ryan Newman deserved, winning both stages. Because he's not going to get that in this game, and that could come back to bite him if he doesn't end up winning. So I guess I'm doing the points myself now too. Way to go, game. Way to go, game. Wasn't going to. Now the stream's probably going to get copyrighted anyway, so this stream's probably going to get taken down. Welcome to the stream, Robbie. I finished 21st after we DNF'd. That was not my fault. Blame NASCAR Heat once again. Blame me for not. Why will they copyright it? Because of the music playing. It's because of the music playing on the main menu. I muted it, but you guys can still hear it, I guess. Faintly, it wasn't clear, but maybe I'll get away with it this time because it wasn't clear.
We got 1 to go.
Because last season in the Xfinity Series, when the game crashed after the Richmond race, it sent me back to the main screen and the music was playing. I got copyrighted for like 10 seconds of music playing. Got a copyright strike. So. And that wasn't my fault. Like the game, NASCAR, that was definitely NASCAR Heat's fault. Because it crashed and sent me back to that. And the music was playing. I was like, oh shoot, the music's playing. Like, I couldn't do anything about it. There we go, it's over. I think Denny Hamlin won. So Denny Hamlin's going to go to victory lane. At least he was in the top 10. I mean, the rest of the running order is about the same. Busch and Truex still ended up top. Oh, poor Newman. Newman finished 11th. He should not have finished outside the top 10. He shouldn't have finished outside the top 5. He probably should have won, but top 3 at least. Alright, so, yeah, I'm doing the points myself. And I wanted to make sure I got my money still, too. The points are not going to be accurate this season. The race winners are going to be accurate, but the rest of the points will not be accurate. Timmy Hill's 8th in points still after 2 races. That's impressive. A lot of that was because of Daytona, but so, yeah, we need to calculate the stage points that were not calculated, so that's why I got to do the points myself. These stats are not accurate. Nothing with this race is accurate, except for the first 260 whatever laps that we ran before The controller got disconnected. I had to DNF off that hit too. Like I couldn't just keep going and finish the race when I got my new controller. What the heck, man? Am I the only one that has these issues? Does any other like NASCAR YouTuber that plays NASCAR Heat have this issue, or is it just me with the disconnected controllers? We're up over $1 million. I'm trying to look at the bright side of things now. After my NASCAR Heat rant, I've had a lot of those NASCAR Heat rants, so I'm hoping they're done. They're probably not, but we'll see. All right. Well, we're gonna have the same car we did the last race at Fontana, despite the damage, so that's good. 85, 80, sorry, 85, 80, and 80. And I will not be making a mistake next race. Still saving money to get the short track chassis. And we're not going to get it before Phoenix. We should get it before Bristol, though. So we are going to be very, very slow at Phoenix in a couple races. That's going to be a long race that I am not waiting. Not looking forward to, I should say. Fontana's not going to be easy, too, because that's a 2-mile racetrack, so we're going to have longer straightaways. Let me make sure I put the settings back before I forget to. It's going to be uneasy when I roll off for the next race. I'm going to be like, what? Why? Oh. I think that's right. Yep, we good. See, I mean, the stats aren't going to look right either because it's going to... We did lead a couple laps in there, so we should have 18 laps led. Because we led 3 laps. So I guess just, I mean, that'll be easy to remember. Whatever we end up actually leading, we'll have 3. Yeah, legend difficulty. All the way through. 105 too on the championship mode. Yeah, we max it out whenever we race. So that's going to do it for tonight. Another reason why I hope I win the championship. All right, so Denny Hamlin, Keegan Schneider, the 2 different winners so far this season. And I will get to doing the points right now. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. More realistic broadcasts, both for real races and the NASCAR video games that we play as well on the channel with the full race live streams. Thanks for everybody tuning in again. Like, share, subscribe. Check out the Coke 600 vlog. I might be not editing it, but re-uploading that Coke 600 vlog to make sure the quality of the video is going to be a lot better than what it actually uploaded onto YouTube. So there was an issue with that that I'm going to get to the bottom of for the next hour before I go to bed. So thanks, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. No guarantees that we'll be racing NASCAR Heat 5 tomorrow. Again, it's just whatever time I can get home. So thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your night.